Hello and welcome, I am Versailles. Today we're going to talk about the Spirit Blossom update from Riot. So this is posted by Tiny Eric, who is a Riot dev, Eric Shen, and he says that the team noticed last week that they fell short in some areas for the patch, and they wanted to make adjustments to the economy. So it's covered in 3 topics: economy updates, bugs and tuning errors, and in-game content that they're giving to all of our players. So as part of the economy updates, the star crystals for Spirit Blossom, the Rune Star, that 7th star, has been reduced from 20 to 5, and if you already purchased one, you're going to get 15 star crystals back. The 4 star still costs 10, and the 5 stars still costs 50, but the Rune Star is now more accessible to players because 5 is a sort of reasonable number. You should be able to get that from either the battle pass if you're buying that, or just from doing the adventure nodes, hopefully. That's the idea, at least. And then coming next patch, they're going to change Spirit Blossom Ari's constellation to let you have greater progression. So one of the things with Spirit Blossom Ari is she has perhaps the least accessible nodes of anyone. I think there's some other champions that are pretty bad, but definitely like F tier for accessibility. So if we look at her constellation, you have your 1, 2, and 3 star, and then immediately blocked off by the Rune Star if you want to get to any of the other nodes. And then you have your 4 star right here, blocking off progression to all of your bonus stars, which is really unfortunate. Makes her super inaccessible, and apparently they are going to be addressing that, so that's nice. And as you can see, the change is already in, where this costs 5 instead of 20, so I've only made 35 crystals total, including buying the battle pass, buying some of the celebration bundles. So 35 is still not a big number, but having this cost 5 instead of 20 is nice. Again, though, they didn't adjust the prices on the 4 star or the 5 star, so that's still 10 and 50, which is, again, more crystals than I have, even having paid money. But overall, it's still better. You can at least access the Rune Star, which is a new thing, and it's fun. Presumably, I don't have it, but presumably it's fun. I'll probably buy it now that I can afford it, but yeah. So back to the post. This is on Reddit. I'll add a link to it in the description of this video. So apparently the economy missed an entire reward track for the event adventures, so you were supposed to get, in addition to the normal rewards you're getting, so like your fragments for your champions, in addition to that you were supposed to be getting other things, and in exchange for making that mistake, they're giving us all 5 Superior Spirit Blossom chests. This will give you a bunch of fragments for your champions, and if you're lucky, I think you can get some like Nova Shards and some Star Crystals. And then the Battle Pass, I guess, also had that error, so you'll get 5 more Superior Spirit Blossom chests if you buy the Battle Pass. So even if you didn't already buy it, if you buy it now, according to this post, you'll be getting 5 Spirit Blossom chests, Superiors, which are nice. I think it's worth it to buy the Battle Pass. I said that in the beginning. I still believe that now. Assuming you're the kind of person that spends money on this game. If you don't spend money, obviously, then probably not going to be worthwhile to you. And then the Glory Store economy was also messed up. I think we discussed this when I was going over the cost of the Glory Store, that you just can't buy all of the things that you used to be able to buy, and so the Glory Store is going to be adjusted so that you can purchase the same things that you would have gotten before, with the total amount of glory, and in exchange for that mistake, we've gotten 600 glory and 5 more Superior Spirit Blossom chests, and there's going to be a quest where you can earn a Spirit Blossom Nova Crystal, which means that you're going to be able to get one of your Spirit Blossom champions to 6-star, which is pretty cool. And then, you know, they just apologize. So, my thoughts on this, I don't care about drama, and I don't like to be negative about things. I do not like it when games become predatory, and this patch was feeling that way because you were getting, you know, 1-star crystal instead of the normal 10. It felt like there was a divide by 10 there. I think there's still some of that there in the 4-star and the 5-star, but at least the Rune Star's price has been adjusted, so that's a little bit better. Actually, that's a lot better. Not a little bit. The Glory Store giving less rewards than if you had done all of the weeklies and the monthly challenges. I think, you know, it was an honest mistake, and look, we all make mistakes. And that adjustment is good. Getting 600 glory is a huge amount. That's enough to buy a champion relic, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, it looks like that was just literally a numbers error in a spreadsheet. That happens. I do that all the time. And then they talked about whether the constellation prices are going to be the new normal, because they cost 100 for miners rather than the, I think, 40 that they normally cost. And all of the non-alternate universe ones will still have the original pricing, and the alternate universe ones may have a different pricing in the future. They're not committed to this. And then I think that is most of what they talk about here. You can read the post if you want more in-depth details. Yeah, it looks like it was just a mistake, and I'm fine believing that. I think Legends of Runeterra has at least started as one of the most free-to-play accessible games, especially for a trading card game. I mean, I guess it's a collectible card game because you can't really trade cards, but like compared to Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, the cost for Legends of Runeterra is quite low, and additionally, I don't know what I was gonna say. But the cost is quite low, and oh yeah, it's not usually a gamble. So you can buy, it tells you how much a thing costs, and then you buy it. So like a Nova Crystal is $70 or whatever. If you want to buy a $70 Nova Crystal to get a 6-star, you know what it costs. You don't have to gamble over and over to try to get it. You can just buy it. You don't have to pay for cards in Path of Champions, and I think the card economy in PvP, at least from what I remember, I stopped getting cards a long time ago because I maxed my collection, but that was pretty good as well. So, and you could get like the wild cards and purchase specific cards, and it's just, you know, like to build a deck or two probably wouldn't take that long, and you could do it for free. So I think Legends of Runeterra has typically been a really nice free-to-play experience, and they, of course, they did monetize it a lot with the 6-star, but I felt that was done in a respectful way. The Spirit Blossom stuff I felt was kind of crossing a line in what people were willing to deal with. We all want to support the game. Obviously I do this because I love the game. But I think when you have an expectation of what you're spending, and then, you know, like you would get 10 star crystals and you get 1 instead, and you need 80, that felt really bad. So I'm glad that they took a look at it and made changes. Again, the 4-star and 5-star are still very expensive, probably more expensive than they need to be, and I don't love that, but overall I think it's a good apology. We got a lot out of it, and you know, that's not something they needed to do, Or maybe it is something they need to do, I'm not sure. I don't know how running a massive corporation works, but yeah, it was pretty generous. And to wrap this up, it looks like if you win 20 adventures, you do get a Nova Crystal here. And then there's this new quest, the Collector of Souls, which is going to award you a Superior Spirit Blossom chest for the first one. I'm not sure what the later ones are. This might be the path to get the Spirit Blossom Nova Crystal, and I think this might just always exist. Maybe this is a daily quest, follow the path for First Bloom relics. Yeah. So what I got from the bonus chest that we got, I got 10 Nova Shards, which not enough to really do anything with. And then for Spirit Blossom Crystals, as we saw, I'm up to 35. I have no idea what I was at before. For Gemstones, I have 110. Again, don't know what that was before. And then the major thing that happened was fragments. I have so many fragments now. So yeah, that definitely increased. So hopefully this will benefit you, and you'll be able to get, you know, some extra stars into your Spirit Blossom champions. Like I said, you can buy the Battle Pass to get 5 more Superior Spirit Blossom chests, if that's the route you want to go. It's always fine to play free to play, you know. But if you're the kind of person that likes to spend money, I think that is going to be one of your best values. And of course, in the Glories store, you did get a bunch of extra glory, so you should be able to buy another champion relic with that. Yeah, so hopefully you got something good out of it, and how you feel about Riot now, whether it changed or didn't, you know, that's up to you. I'm not gonna try to influence you either way. I just love the game and like playing it, but this felt like an important thing to address, so I'm talking about it. I just like to focus on gameplay, but this felt really important, and it's a huge change. And also, you know, to let you know about those Spirit Blossom quests that got added, especially giving the Nova Crystal. I think that's important. Just make sure you get that done. That's going to be great to get a little bit of progression. So that is all for me. Thank you for watching, and yeah, have a good day. Goodbye.